Telltale Games just announced Batman: The Enemy Within, the second season of their hugely popular series centered on the Caped Crusader. We've got Telltale's Stauffer here to break down what's new in Season 2.
Hi, Whitney.
Hey, Joe. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
I am a huge fan of all the Telltale games.
I think they are too.
They love it. Everybody loves it here. So tell me what is going on in episode 1 of Batman: The Enemy Within.
It's not too long after the first season left off, but this time around we are going to be meeting some new villains, and John Doe, as fans know, is kind of, as we refer to internally, is kind of the proto-Joker, and he makes an appearance in our teaser trailer, and he's got some friends with him. So he's been busy making some new friends. The Riddler shows up, a couple others we don't want to spoil. They're going to be rolling out throughout the season. More villains, more chaos, more stuff for Bruce to deal with, just as much as Batman. And, you know, you can't forget, in our games, you're playing as Bruce Wayne just as much as you're playing as Batman. So,
absolutely.
Lots of surprises, lots of villains, and a whole lot going on in the first episode.
Awesome. How does the title, The Enemy Within, tie into the plot?
So we have our own logic, our own sort of, our own canon that we set together, and in our universe, he's surprised to learn that his parents, yes, they were killed in Crime Alley, but he finds out that they were actually corrupt. So everything he thought was right in his life, everything that he thought about his parents is kind of turned on its head. And he's got to sort of he has this internal struggle all through season 1 and deeper into season 2 of thinking about the fact that the Wayne legacy isn't like what he always thought it was, it isn't what the public always thought it was. And now that he's sort of coming to terms with that, he's going to be defending Gotham against really some villains that are also sort of playing off the fact that the Wayne family is also sort of, its name is in the gutter.
Okay, so what role do the Joker and the Riddler play in this game?
Our lineup of villains are kind of interesting in that way because you're seeing them in repose a little bit. You're kind of seeing them in a period where they aren't on the rooftop screaming and holding a gun to someone's head or dangling someone from a building. You're seeing them at funerals, and you're seeing them, you know, in offices and in buildings and in elevators, and you're kind of face to face with who they are behind the mask as well.
Love it.
And I don't want to spoil too much, but I can say that our Riddler, you know, he surfaces, but you quickly find out that he's a little bit older. He's actually dealt with Bruce's parents, you know, when Bruce was a kid. So Bruce is learning, oh, this Riddler, we've heard about him, but now he's resurfaced, and he's got a lot of dirt in the Wayne family, you know. There's a lot going on there.
Is there any changes that are going to be happening to the way the game is going to be played? Any twists like that?
Yeah, I mean, right off the bat, definitely more polish in this season. I'd say we've upped a lot of our tools and our engine, and it's just a lot smoother. I want to say that, like, out of the gate. You know, typically with our Telltale games, there's a lot of QuickTime events, and we've heard from fans, we want more variety, we want more things to do. So right off the bat in The Enemy Within, you're going to be, you know, in the middle of action, you're going to have to make quick decisions as opposed to just following along certain QuickTime events.
Awesome.
You know, you'll be taking down a bunch of dudes in a casino, and you'll have to decide right in that split second, am I going to sweep the leg, or am I going to throw my battering at them? And it's this nice sort of way that we're handling interactive narrative and action and kind of fusing them into one thing, where the story of what the action is feels tense.
I cannot wait. And when does this episode come out?
August 8th, downloading everywhere. It's coming fast. It was a sneak attack announcement. You're going to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and later this year it's going to be all over mobile devices, so Android and iOS, and you can buy it in stores at retail this October.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. That's a look inside Batman: The Enemy Within, so make sure you download the first episode next Tuesday. See you next time.